know. This is my first interview in a while, so I feel like
Ooh,
nervous.
it's like you're virgin now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I-Dentit-Is. I am what my identity is. And welcome back to a new episode of I-Dentit-Is the Podcast. Today with me, I've got a new guest, an international star, a musician, a singer made in Italy. But for you to know him, I'm going to go with our usual questions. Name.
Osvaldo Supino.
Age.
Why you want to know my age? I mean, doesn't matter. Sometimes I'm 20, sometimes I'm 80, sometimes I'm 40.
Which sums up to
40.
Yay! And what do you do in your life?
I survive. Really, I do.
Which is a great thing.
But on Wikipedia, you
For a
can
living.
find singer, songwriter, producer.
How do you identify?
As a gay man.
So, am I right to say that your pronouns are he and him?
Of course, my baby.
Okie doke. But let's talk about pronouns, my love. So,
right.
What is your relation with them?
It's one of maybe the first questions I do when I meet somebody, because I want to be completely respectful of them. A way to recognize somebody else and sometimes ourselves.
Are you one of those people that also put he, him in his signature in the email, for example?
No, I don't. That's why they ask me my pronouns. Okay, maybe I should do it so it can be easy for them.
No. Well, I've got a name that ends in E, and I live in the UK, so all names ended in E are like feminine names, and they were like Mrs. Raffaella.
You can say always that you're Cara.
Oh, listen, I wish I had this from Raffaella Cara. Honestly.
So you are a natter musician, a singer, a songwriter, and you've been active like that since 2009. What do you say is the learning that you cherish the most?
I mean, this answer could be very like a movie stuff, but that's the reality. Believing in myself. Because in life, in music life, in my personal life, I experienced so many things, and I really survived because I believed in myself. I was pretending to believe in myself, but it was the only thing I could do. And so that's what I've learned, to truly believe in ourselves.
And that is profound, and I like it. But let me ask you this now. Do you think that we can always help ourselves alone? Or do you think that sometimes it's important to accept that we might be weak and, looking for help from someone who's specialized in helping other people? Is, therapy could actually help us.
Yes. Oh my God. I don't know what I could be without my therapist. It's the beautiful, an amazing blessing in my life. I really believe that sometimes that actually people are very scared to feel like to ask for help, but it's necessary.
Why do you think so? We're scared
because they don't want to be like, they don't want to seem like weak. They don't want to seem like vulnerable. That's the reason why I guess people are more close, are more introverted, and that's the reason why they probably sometimes we don't believe that we need help from others.
But don't you think it's because of society also that we all have to look like we're fierce, we are strong, we don't need any help, we are smiley and happy?
I mean, I don't know. Probably this answer will not be like very common, but I think that we are society and we need to change things, because if we always expect that the others change their perspective, we gotta change first. We gotta do our best really to improve ourselves and communicate with people. We don't communicate anymore. That's the truth. We are posting and IG stories and TikToks and everything, all the time. We're telling them, I had a Coke, I had Coca-Cola, I had water, I just had sex, I'm horny. But, you say so many things, but the people don't communicate really their feelings. And that's not the society. That's our own decision. You got to take risks for what you want the most in life. So if you want to be yourself, take the risk.
Take the risk of being yourself. I like it. Because it's true. I mean, we are in the era of social networks, but are we really social, or we just hide ourselves behind the screen of a mobile phone and stay in our houses, not really meeting face to face our friends or new people? That's something we need to ask ourselves. So you rightly are a fierce representative of the LGBTQ plus community around the world. Let's not forget that you are the only independent Italian singer.
Sorry, I was about to start singing Independent Woman by Destiny's Child.
That has been nominated 3 times for the BT Music Award here in the UK. That also has achieved a huge success over Latin America. Are you trying to see Laura Posey in his place now, babes?
No, she's the queen. I mean, it's completely impossible. She started doing this when nobody had internet or iPhones and stuff. And in the 90s, I guess, yes. And she's the queen. I mean, she's such a role model for me. Absolutely.
On a more serious note, my love, that is what I wanted to ask you before when we start. When you started your career, for example, was your intention to represent the queer community, or was just something that happened and you took it on board and made it part of your mission?
I started when I was very. It sounds strange to say I started, because music has always been part of myself. It's not a choice. I will tell you this. Lately, I had a conversation with one of my friends. She's also an artist. She's named Paulina Aguirre. She's a Grammy, Latin Grammy winner and stuff. And I was telling to her, sometimes we're tired, every day it's always a battle, creating and believing in your music. And she told me, I mean, you can stop singing, writing, producing, but you will never stop being a musician, being an artist. And that's, I never wanted to be famous. My dream is, and still not to be famous. It's just creating and expressing myself, because I know that music brings me in a good place. And if I can help other people with my music, I'm so happy, so honored to do it.
Well, let's remember, people, that your music talks a lot about the queer community, about love, and in all your videos, you're just out the way you are. You don't use any mask.
Yeah,
you show yourself, you show your true colors. And that is very important. That is like a support for the LGBT community.
Yeah, but it's more deep. The thing is that I just wanted to be myself, really. And if I'm gay, I'm gay, because I believe that feelings, emotions are the same for everybody. And I don't see this different, even if I claim for our rights. And I will always, of course, support my own community.
Let's talk about little Osvaldo.
Okay.
Like this.
Little one.
Because I can see the picture on your WhatsApp. It's you as a little Osvaldo running somewhere. I think it's in South Italy. When did you understand that music and that singing was going to be your full-time job as a grown-up man?
No, well, I understood it just recently, because...
So you didn't know that before? You just did it because it happened?
Yeah, because I want it, because I couldn't stop, And so when you want something, I mean, in my own case, I just run and I do everything that I can to make it happen. I'm doing music because it's the place where I feel myself. I feel a little bit stronger. I feel that I can say everything I want. I feel protected. It's part of my life. And I always lived with this thing of music.
Something I wanted to also discuss with you was, okay, right. For whoever's just listening to the podcast now, you have to know I've been knowing Osvaldo for about a few years now. And one of the things I really appreciate about Osvaldo is not only the music and his way of being himself in every situation, but the fashion style. I know we always say
Italians do it better.
darling.
Of course.
But also in terms of fashion, come on, we are kings and queens of fashion. So, Osby, let's talk about your sense of fashion and beauty now. We've seen you on red carpets from Venice Film Festival to music awards around the world. But where do you take the ideas and styles for your red carpets and stage outfits?
My mind is just like a sponge. I just watch and I just create. Now I know which color match better. I know how to feel comfortable in red carpets, even if it's the thing that I really don't like of this. And you're gonna say, how is possible? I don't like staying on red carpets. It brings me anxiety. It brings me.
Can't believe it brings you anxiety. Come on.
Yeah. It does.
But so
I look,
so
but I don't feel. I never told anybody that. But it's part of my job, and I like it. To share. If there's the opportunity to share a concept with my own presence or outfit, I'm proud of doing it. But I'm not that stylish in life. You can see me before the red carpet, during the red carpet, and after the red carpet. You won't recognize me. I'm always like sweater or jeans. I'm a very casual person. Yeah.
But let me ask you this now. We see you stars have loads of different outfits, but do you ever wear for twice or 3 times the same outfit at different events?
It depends, because from some pieces for me are just like pictures. It's something that I really, really care. In my parents' house in Torre Maggiore, the part of the house where it was my recording studio now is the fan club house. And there's where I put all the things together, awards, picture, letters from fans, gifts, and also some of my most iconic, I want to say, beautiful memories for me. And that's where I keep, the big skirt. That's where I
remember the one you had at Venezia Film Festival. Big gown, which was amazing.
Yeah, or the white thing with the pearls. That was, oh my God, it was a trauma for me wearing that. So I like to give them a new life. Not everybody knows that the big skirt of Venice the first year was another skirt that I wear in one of my music videos, and we made it larger because of course I care about our planets and stuff, and it's very important. And also I like it, to give them a new life. But
do you have it wear it in the house around?
In my house here in Milan? Yeah. No, it's impossible. It's too much.
But let's remind everyone that the one that produces your outfits is your brother, right?
Yeah. So mostly. Then in the years, he gave me the courage also to wear other brands. But the first decisions are always with him because he lives with me. He understands my artistic process, where I'm going in that moment. He knows what I like, what I don't like. I show him pictures, daily, because music, art is part of our life. It's what we love the most. And so he knows how to help me. And also he told me so many times, go to that, stylist, go to that designer, because they can really help you. This is love. This is real love.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed. But now it is the moment I love the most.
The hot one? Of
course, confessions in the chat room.
Yeah, we didn't say it too much before. No.
No,
at all.
No.
You're back to be virgin. It's been a while. He has no one. Has been here for 84 years. Like the Titanic.
Yeah. So you gotta help me.
Do I have to go slow? Just put the teeth?
I mean, just let's go, slowly, and then we go harder and harder, and then.
Get ready, darling. If you have a fan, just start, fanning yourself, because this is the moment where it gets very hot and kinky.
Let's do that.
Okay, so many red carpets, babes, events around the world. But have you ever been invited from another VIP, and I mean someone who's known by everybody, to a private rendezvous in their hotel room?
Well, okay. Okay.
I also want to know the name. I mean, I can cancel the name from the recording, but I want to know the name now.
You can. Okay, I don't want to say. I cannot say the name, but you can find it easily online. And wait, this is gonna be very cool. One time I went to Venice Film Festival, and I've been invited to this very private. Don't Google now. Don't Google me.
No. Yes.
I was invited from this very important and handsome actor to this little party. I think it was like 100 people maximum. Yeah, it was very small. And then I saw him before leaving and I said, okay, thank you so much for inviting me, but can we take a picture together, a selfie? And he was like, of course. And then when we did it, he gently and sexually and hardly, he just touched one of my ass pieces and then went with the finger inside of me while we were doing the picture. You will recognize this because in the picture, I have like a...
Okay, I want to see the picture now.
I'm like this.
And did you end up going to his room later?
No, we didn't. We didn't because I was too shy at that moment. I blame myself every day for that. But I'm planning, I've been already, but I'm planning to come back in New York so many times so that I can meet him.
Yes!
If you were invited to experience a sex fetish moment amongst feet licking, banking, and shibari ropes, which one would you choose and why?
Maybe spanking?
Ooh, bang, bang, bang! Why?
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds funny.
Have you ever had something?
I tried everything, babe. I tried everything. I tried everything.
That's it. That's what we want.
Life is so short. You gotta try everything if you want to decide what you like or not. At least once.
Good. And what is that thing that cannot miss when you're having sex?
Good smell.
What do you mean?
Perfumes.
Armpits. Sweat.
No.
Okay.
I'm not that kind. I'm more like one of the things that seduce me the most is the fragrance that he's on. So I'm like more for the clean stuff. Let's take that.
And the confessions in the chat room moment is officially over.
Listen, you in 2022, your song "Gold" was chosen to be part of the Pride video campaign and got the #1 of the LGBTQI plus music charts in the UK.
Thank
How
God.
did your family react when you came out to them?
At first, they were scared, as just I was. Because it was years ago in a little town of South Italy, and they were just scared of the word. They know that, as we know, that it's never easy just surviving at first place. Imagine being a gay man in a little town. But then they always supported me so much. They show a LGBTQ plus flag on our balcony, and it's a thing in a little town as Torre Maggiore. It's a thing.
I think we can relate a lot. We're both from the south of Italy. Both we traveled the world. You are a star, so no relation to that, but I do feel you when you say that your family is proud LGBTQ plus supporter in a little town in the south of Italy. So
we are very lucky.
Yeah, we are very lucky, but we need to share this luck with people who are not that lucky outside there, who maybe their families are not really willing to accept them. But they need to know that they're not alone, guys. There's always help outside there.
Absolutely.
Speak to friends, go to associations. You are not alone.
Never. That's also the reason why, coming back to one of your first questions, I don't hide myself in songs. I remember at my first beginning in a professional way, I was so afraid to say boy in lyrics. And when I did it, I felt like, okay, I did it. Finally, I can say he in my songs. It's beautiful being yourself, having the freedom to feel yourself.
It's reinvigorating for sure.
Oh my God. I remember when I was in the closet, it was too hard to handle. It was a secret, that secret.
Yeah. And this is now the moment for the hot and proper question of our I-Dentit-Is the Podcast. When did you finally accept yourself and stopped giving a fuck about what other people thought?
I think it's a process. For my sexual identity, I was like 18, but it's something that you thinking about my job, my daily routine or something, meeting people and stuff, it's something that you learn with time. I mean, in my case. So I don't have a moment when I said, I don't give a fuck. I do it in my music. When I'm doing it, that's why I'm completely free. I never feel like I'm judged because I judge myself so much. I know that I have responsibility in what I share with my public, and I know the value of songs. So
this said, is there anything that you would like to suggest? Any suggestion you would like to give to our listeners back home who are struggling to accept their own identity?
You gotta listen to my music, because my music has the power to convert everybody in LGBTQ plus family or friends.
No, he's not selling his music now. No.
I was just joking.
It's a promo offered by Osvaldo Supino.
Music, a new album, Fine Things, available now. By the way, I think that inside of ourselves, we know which friend, somebody we can totally trust. And coming out with somebody is a way to show them love.
No, it's true, guys. It's true. I mean, coming out is such a process of self-love, self-acceptance, but also of showing love to the people you are coming out to, because you're trusting them. You're showing them, I trust you, and I'm sharing with you a real deep part of myself. And if they don't accept that, well, babes,
Ciao.
And look for someone else who truly accepts you for the person you are. Well, I'm afraid that the time that we had today for this episode of I-Dentit-Is the Podcas is unfortunately over.
No.
But Osby, thank you so much. I really had so much fun talking to you today and seeing that somewhere in this world there's sun. Like in Milan there's sun, and here where I live in the UK there's...
Oh, but don't worry, the clouds are coming also here, so we have something in common. Grazie molte. Thank you so much for having me. I will always remember our first interview years ago for your blog.
Oh, yeah, on my sofa.
On your sofa, and we did it 2 times because the first one we were talking and nobody recorded. So I will always remember that moment. And I'm very happy. I'm very glad to know you, and I'm, completely with you in this new project.
Oh! And remember, you are perfect the way you are, so please be unique. Be yourself. Don't give a fuck.